Hello humans, I'm Yoshiller and welcome back to some more Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. Alright, so if you've been following this walkthrough, you should know that I have been trying to complete Classic Mode on 9.0 Intensity, which is the hardest difficulty in the game. This time I'm going to be going in as Little Mac. So Little Mac here has a multitude of different costume choices. He has more than any other character in the game, in fact, and a lot of these are references. Like right here, this is Wireframe Mac, and there's all sorts of cool stuff. The costume that I like to use, though, is this one, this Wireframe Mac with the green jacket. Now here's the thing. I'm also going to use this opportunity to showcase custom move sets. So here's how you equip them. You go down to this option down here, and then you go to this bottom option here. This menu will allow you to customize any of the characters that you have unlocked. And then it'll save your customizations to a specific costume choice. So I've unlocked a lot of customizations off screen. This top option will allow you to change a character's stats. So you can change the character's attack, speed, and defense. Speed also gets tied in with jump. And different parts will increase or decrease certain things. So you could have a well-rounded character, or you can have a character that's super strong, but can't jump, okay? Which is pretty much what Little Mac is. So these are my customizations, alright? And of course I can take off parts and put new parts on. In fact, maybe I'll do that. Let me see. Anyway, regardless, there's all sorts of customizations here, and I might switch this around just a little bit. And alright, but when you finally do decide on something that you would like to equip, you go ahead and push A, you equip that piece. You can only equip 3 pieces, and then you push start and you've saved your character customizations. And bear in mind, you've saved those character customizations to a specific character costume. So anytime you want to use those customizations, you have to use that specific costume. Alright, let's see, anything else that I want to change? Let's go with that. Okay. So I don't know if this is how I started it out. I've been talking, so I've been a little bit distracted, but that should be correct. Alright, now this bottom option allows you to change a character's special moves. This top option allows you to change a character's neutral special move. This one changes side specials, this one changes up specials and recoveries, and this one changes down special. Now every character has 3 options for each special move. I have unlocked all of them for Little Mac. You have to manually obtain these. The best way to obtain these is through Smash Run, which is a mode that's exclusive to the Nintendo 3DS version. So these are the customizations that I have. Typically the way this works is option 1 is the default attack. Option 2 is a better recovery attack, but deals less damage. And number 3 is a super powerful attack, but you're going to be slow when you use it, or you can't use it to recover. So pretty much 3 is power, 2 is speed, 1 is default. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and select Little Mac. Make sure that customizations are on before you select your character. So turn on your customizations, select your character, and then select your costume, and then you're good to go. Okay. Oh, I don't have enough coins to play this on 9.0 Intensity. Well then, I'll be right back. Allow me to go and get some coins. Whoosh! Okay, I now have enough coins to play this on 9.0 Intensity. Hopefully I can finally beat this, alright? Little Mac is one of my main characters, alright? Let's raise this scale all the way to the right. Beat this on the final, hardest difficulty. So, I tried this as Yoshi. Okay, Yoshi's one of my main characters in this game. And I was unsuccessful. I tried this as Rosalina and Luma, as that duo is also one of my main characters in this game. I was unsuccessful. Little Mac is another one of my main characters in this game, and I'm using customizations, alright? Hopefully, I can finally beat this on 9.0 Intensity. And of course, if I lose, I will still show it. But for now, let me go ahead and beat up these Fire Emblem characters. So I'm going up against Ike and Robin. Of course, Robin is known as Replit in Japan, and Lucina is my partner. Okay, here we go. Chespin is my Pokemon. I'm not really gonna use him. Plus, I'm more of a Fennekin guy. That's a Pokemon reference for anyone that plays Pokemon, and I'm sure a majority of my fans do, but if you're just checking into this video, I'm a Pokemon fan, humans. Okay, here we go. So I have to go against these Fire Emblem characters using my own hands. Okay. Oh, and I may as well talk about Little Mac. So Little Mac is a newcomer to Super Smash Bros. And you might notice that on the bottom screen, he has a bunch of arrows above his icon. That is my power meter, which is known as the KO gauge in Japan. Now it's flashing the words KO, and when I use that, it allows me to use a KO punch like you just saw there. It's hard to pull off, and if you miss, you have to refill the entire gauge. I just died. That's my mistake. But the KO punch is awesome when you do pull it off. It's just, like I said, it's hard to pull off, and you have to wait to pull it off. But in order to increase your power meter, you have to land your attacks and get hurt. Now, of course, the smarter option would be to land your attacks, but the more you fight, the more that gauge is going to go up. Additionally, Little Mac is not an air fighter. This is one of the first things they announced about him when Little Mac was first announced for the game. He is extremely powerful on the ground, but he sucks at recovering, okay? Also, Little Mac is from Punch-Out, which is a game that is very big in America, but not too well known in Japan. So Little Mac is very popular in America and is rather forgotten in Japan, honestly. All right, Giant Wario, here we go. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, Little Mac here has customization, so this isn't exactly how he plays in the game. It's close, but he'll have more power here. So for instance, if you would like me to demonstrate some of the stuff that Little Mac has, here we go. So right now it just looks like I'm punching, but I assure you that I am dealing more power than I would had I not had these customizations on. Okay. Let me go ahead and throw that. Okay, whatever. Now, there's a bunch of different things I can do, but I'm just trying to get Wario out of here. Okay, let me go ahead and break this. This is the WarioWare stage, and the gimmick is to do whatever it tells you to do in the background. There you go! See, that's a custom move, okay? So normally that's my up special, which is an attack that shoots me up into the air and has Little Mac spin around while he does so. This custom moveset pretty much makes it an instant KO attack, but it hardly goes anywhere into the air, meaning you're never going to be able to recover with it. And it's kind of hard to pull off, but if you pull it off, it pretty much is an instant KO attack. Ooh, we're going to the Paper Mario stage. I've played on the Final Destination variant of the stage, but I have not played on the normal variant of the stage. Also, this song isn't from Paper Mario, but it's playing on the Paper Mario stage. This song is called Try and Try, which I believe is the Japanese name. I believe the, oh, maybe it is the English name too. I don't know. Regardless, this song is from Mario & Luigi Dream Team, but the stage is from Paper Mario Sticker Star. Alright, come on, Metal Peach. I'm about to fill up my power meter. I don't think it's going to work too well on a metal character, though. Oh, okay. There we go, my power meter is built up. Okay, now also, if I get hit really hard, my power meter will also deplete. It's easy to miss, but, yep, I just missed. So now it's going to go back down to 0. And so if I die, it gets reset. If I miss, it gets reset. And if I get hit by a really powerful attack, it gets reset. And I just died. Okay. Friggin' Peach, let me counter you. Darn it! Like the 1 second I wasn't countering, you hit me, of course. Alright, well, fine. You want to be Metal Peach? I'm going to be Metal Mac. How do you like that? Okay. Come on. Urgh. Also, I might add that Little Mac, not only can he not recover in the air, but he's also really weak in the air. So you really just want to keep him on the ground. Alright, let's see if I can land another KO punch. Come over here, you. Ooh, nope, 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 nope. I'm not used to the stage at all. Alright, come here, Peachy. Ready? Oh, okay. Hang on, let me wait for that to go off. Alright. And is this a Tanuki Leaf? Yes, it is. Awesome. Alright, Peach. Watch this. BAM! Oh, wow. It did kill you. Awesome. Okay. Normally, being metal makes it so that you don't have any knockback, but I guess a KO punch goes through that? That's awesome. Okay. Here we go. On to the next round. I'm doing pretty well so far, but of course, when I played this on 9.0 with both Rosalina and Yoshi, I did very well until the very end where I got destroyed. It's the end that matters. Alright, now I'm going up against Palutena. And we're on the Reset Bomb Forest, which is from Kid Icarus Uprising. It would make sense to go on a Kid Icarus stage, considering I'm fighting a Kid Icarus character. Alright, here we go. Alright, all sorts of different items here. Okay, that item is dangerous, this little two-dimensional item here. That 2D item can immediately kill me, but thankfully I dodged it. Alright, come here, Palutena. There you go. Yeah, so I actually have never fought against Palutena before. I don't think. Unless it was in one of those previous walkthrough parts, but I really don't think I have. I think this is my first time ever fighting Palutena, so I really don't know what to expect. I don't see a whole lot of people play as Palutena. I certainly don't. I mean, I'm gonna have to for this walkthrough, but I'm saying, like, I don't normally play as Palutena. Okay. This Palutena has proven to be quite bothersome. But if I can take down Metal Peach, I can take down you. And don't ask me why that is. Like, don't ask me what the comparison is. I'm just saying, I feel like there is one. My KO meter is about to be full, so hopefully... Okay, I've got the KO meter. I've got the... I'm sorry. Power meter. It's KO gauge in Japan, power meter in America, and my meter's gone, but that's okay. I'm going to taunt anyway. Also, I believe that if you taunt enough times, you'll hear a voice. So in Punch-Out, Little Mac has a coach named Doc Lewis, who pretty much tells himself, like, the punch is mightier than the sword, and I'm gonna eat a chocolate bar, you should too, Mac. He has, like, a bunch of motivational words, and I can't remember them word for word, but one of his most famous ones right now is, quit fooling around, Smash ain't no joke, and if you taunt enough times as Little Mac, you'll actually hear Doc Lewis. Now, I believe Doc Lewis has a different saying for your different taunts, and I don't know how many times you have to taunt, but it is possible to hear Doc Lewis when you taunt as Little Mac. Okay, here we go. And also, I might add that Little Mac normally does have voice clips. Little Mac doesn't talk in Punch-Out, and he certainly doesn't talk here, but in this game, he does have voice clips. Like, when you hit him really hard, he goes, "Argh!" and stuff like that. I guess when you play as a wireframe variation of Little Mac, those clips are gone. Alright, cool. So yeah, Little Mac will not speak here. Or, he never speaks, but he won't go "Urgh" if you're playing as a wireframe variant, and this is a wireframe variant. Okay, here we go. This is where it counts. Let's do it! Bring it on, Master Hand and Crazy Hand. What have we got? I feel like he's saying Lazy Hand and not Crazy Hand. That's to be some sort of insult. Is that an insult toward left-handed people? Because I am left-handed. I get it because most people are right-handed, so your left hand would be your lazy hand, but are you actually saying lazy hand, or is it supposed to be crazy hand? Alright, whatever. Time to fight these guys! Okay, so here's the thing. Alright, here's a strategy that I do, and it might not be the best strategy in the world, but I'm going to try it anyway. Usually what happens is, because Little Mac sucks in the air, I try to use every opportunity I can to counter while I'm in the air. I figure it's my safest way to get back down onto the ground. Come on, counter. There you go. Alright, down and out. And my KO, my power meter is almost done. When your power meter is full, you get what this is called the KO punch, and you use it just by pushing B. Now, let me taunt a bunch of times. No Doc Lewis? Alright, whatever. Alright, now hang on. Let me see if I can land this KO punch on you. I did, but didn't do a whole lot. Okay. Just gotta keep spamming attacks. Gotta destroy you. Okay, I'm okay. As long as they don't get knocked off the platform, I'm good to go. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. Now again, I do have a power boost, so this should be dealing a ton of damage to you. And I think my power meter is almost going to be full after like 2 more hits. There you go. Alright, done with that phase. I seem to be doing fine so far. I still have... Oh, that was Doc Lewis just talking. I'm sorry, I just spoke over him. I don't know if you guys heard it, but that was Doc Lewis speaking in Japanese. Okay, let me land this. There you go! Again, I don't know how much it's actually doing, but hopefully it's dealing a decent chunk of damage. I'm not going to make it back. Little Mac's recovery sucks as is, and I pretty much decreased it when I gave him a bunch of power attacks. Okay, here we go. Just got to keep landing those power hits. There we go, come on. 1-2 punch, jab, jab! It's so scary. There you go, that phase is down, and my power meter is almost full again. Okay, now this is the phase that usually messes me up. And considering it's in the air, I don't know how much of a chance I stand. No, they knocked down my power meter. Come on. I can do this. No! No, 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 no! Oh, as one of my best characters, as one of the most powerful characters in the game, with customization to make him even more powerful, and I still lost. Oh, fine, I'll do it on 8.5 intensity. It's just, after all that, I got further as Yoshi without customizations. Alright, fine. If I can beat it on 8.5 intensity, that's fine. But one of these days, I will beat this on 9.0 intensity, and I will get it recorded, and I will upload it to YouTube for everybody to see. I wish I could have done it with Little Mac. I went out of my way to play as Little Mac. Come on. I changed up the order in which I was going to beat Classic Mode just so I could stand a chance on 9.0 intensity. Because normally Bowser Jr. was supposed to be the next character that I was going to use. But I decided to break the order and go as Little Mac because I felt like I could beat Classic Mode on 9.0 intensity with Little Mac and I could just get that little achievement over with. Okay, anyway. Let me go ahead and taunt a bit. Hopefully you guys can hear Doc Lewis again. Because I apologize for speaking over him earlier. Okay, here we go. Building up my power meter. There we go. Alright, I've gotten better at dodging that attack at least. No, no. No. Okay. I'm okay. Okay, ready? Oh, man, I missed? Really? Come on. Alright, whatever. At least I didn't get sucked up by that one attack. I seem to be doing much better this time. I don't know what it is. It's a 0.5 difference. and yet I seem to be doing much better on 8.5 intensity. Okay, I take that back because this attack is going to hurt. But I am doing better. I'm still getting destroyed, but I am certainly doing better. It's just like, man, this boss is like, he's, like, I get it, I'm fighting the final boss on the hardest difficulty in the game. But, it's one thing to lose, and it's another thing to get so close and then lose again, you know? Okay, here we go. My power meter's almost full again. There we go, ready? There you go! And as you can tell, every time I use that KO punch, the screen zooms in on my punch, and everything else pauses. The time doesn't stop, but all the characters and stuff will stop if you land it. And I guess it's easy to land on this boss, but in actual gameplay, it is pretty difficult to land. But it feels so good if you can do it. All right, this phase is over. Now I have to go onto this friggin' sword. There we go, come on. Okay, so I do have my uppercut attack, my up B. My up B deals a ton of damage if I can land it and then safely and successfully land back on the platform. Okay, alright, I'm good, I'm fine. Here we go. If I can just dodge these, nope. Okay, my KO meter is, power meter is full. No, I'm not losing again. There, get out of here. I didn't destroy the phase, darn it, come on. Finish this phase already, there you go, goodbye sword. Now I just have to fight a replica Little Mac and I'm done. Now the thing is, fighting Little Mac's CPUs is scary as all heck. Oh, by the way, that's another custom move I have. In fact, maybe I'll do that more often, or I'll just counter him, that works too, actually. Alright, that's done. Now I just have to defeat this Master Core right here and I'm good to go. Now what attack do I want to use? Guess I'll just jab it a bunch of times. There you go. By the way, here's a custom move that I equipped. The regular move is called the forward lunge, but that variation, I'll discuss it in a moment. Let me just finish off this thing. There you go. There's my custom variation of my rising uppercut. Get out of here, Master Core. Alright, so Little Mac's neutral B is called the forward lunge, and you charge it up, but if you miss, you have a long period of vulnerability. But if you hit, it deals a ton of damage. The custom variation electrocutes opponents and stuns them, and then they shake in place for a moment, and then they go flying. But again, if you miss, then you have a huge moment of vulnerability. So using Little Mac's neutral B isn't really advised, unless you're trying to land a KO punch. Cool. Alright, well there, now I have a little bit of variety in my little trophy menu at the end. Okay, so here we go. I don't know what the best way to defeat the credits is with Little Mac, but whatever. I think just jabbing is the smartest way to go. Here we go. Jab, jab, hit him hard, uppercut, body blow. Yeah, so again, guys, I apologize for not beating this on 7.0 intensity, but going out of order did give me an excuse to use one of my main characters. And in fact, Little Mac's my favorite newcomer in this game, so I mean, I figured I should do something special for him, so I gave him custom moves just so I could have an excuse to show him off. And custom moves, you have to unlock quite a bit of it, but it could be cool. You can play using custom moves when you're with your friends, but you can't really play online with them unless you're playing online with your friends. But hey, if you're having difficulty with classic mode or anything, feel free to use them. Okay. Now, Little Mac is really, really cool, alright? Like I said, he is my favorite newcomer in this game, alright? I give him special treatment. He is a really cool character, and his, like, history of his games and his inclusion in this game is actually just really, really awesome. He was only an assist trophy in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. He was an item, and then he became a character in this game because of the success of the latest Wii Punch-Out game that came out after Super Smash Bros. Brawl. They really did a lot with his character here, and I really feel like he is a unique addition to the game. You know, all of the characters are special in their own way, but there's just something about Little Mac. There's some sort of charm about this championship boxer that makes him super, super cool. And, you know, I could go on and on talking about Little Mac, and I'm sure a lot of my friends would be like, yeah, we get it, Yoshiller. You talk about Little Mac all the freaking time. And I do. But I figured I should mention it a little bit before I finish smashing up these credits here. There we go, I got Sora. Come on, Doc Lewis. Okay, well, Doc Lewis just spoke again. I don't know if you could hear it because the announcer in this game was saying, like, congratulations, but That you can get Doc Lewis, Little Mac's coach, to speak if you taunt enough times. Anyway, time to unlock a new character. I've been talking about Little Mac enough. Time to unlock a new character, and I can already tell you who this is. This is Jigglypuff, or Purine as she's known in Japan. She's a character from Pokemon, and she's appeared in every Super Smash Bros. Game to date. Now, Jigglypuff is a Pokemon, and this Pokemon can be either gender, but most people refer to Jigglypuff as a she. There we go. I guess I can use my custom movesets when unlocking a character, too. I don't plan to use custom movesets that often, but hey, if it means unlocking Jigglypuff, I'll do it. Get out of here. Goodbye, Purine. Okay. And just like that, I have unlocked Jigglypuff. So there you go. Huzzah. Okay, anyway, that wraps up this video of Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS, and I would like to thank you all for watching. I'll clear Intensity on 9.0 one day, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my customizations, and I'll get back on track with what I'm supposed to be doing. So Little Mac, you've been of great assistance. I do think you're an awesome character, but I probably should go back in the order that I've been doing Classic Mode previously, which means Bowser Jr. is up next. So that wraps up this video of Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. See you all next time in the next part. Bye-bye, humans.